The same people who tell you, do A, will say the next morning, if it didn't work out, why did you do such a dumb thing?
This is On Leadership. I'm Steve Pearlstein. My guest today is Dan Vasella. He's Chief Executive Officer of Novartis, one of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies. When you first became Chief Executive, or shortly thereafter, you essentially asked a question. Does this company, Novartis, exist for investors primarily, or does it exist primarily to make new medicines for patients? And you said it's real clear in your mind that it's to make new medicine. What kind of reaction did you get when you said that from Wall Street?
None.
Really?
So no, I didn't get anybody to really push back, because I think most people who can think through it understand that if you do fulfill your purpose in society really well, and you deliver what your customers, in this case the patients, perceive as value, you will also generate profits. And so it's not contradictory. But if you run after profits and you run after the money, you forget for what you're really here for.
You've introduced a whole new paradigm in terms of pharmaceutical research at Novartis. You've decided that rather than go for the big blockbuster drugs all the time, look for the biggest markets and only the biggest markets, that you'd be very happy to solve problems which are considered smaller problems, not scientifically necessarily, but in terms of markets, and build the company from there. That is a big change. How did you do it? How hard was it? And what were the reactions?
First of all, it's based on the experience that when you launch a very innovative compound, a medicine, which has not yet been fully explored in the sense of for what it could be used, predictions are often wrong. So what people believe will be big or small is often very myopic. Secondly, it comes back to the question, what are we proud of? And we are very proud if we can help to solve a medical problem, allow physicians to practice better thanks to a better tool, and patients have a better outcome. And so if you take your satisfaction from that side and you know that more often than not it will also work out financially, why not?
Why not? Because sometimes Wall Street analysts don't think that way.
Yeah, but if you run after people who are very short-term oriented because they are compensated on a quarterly basis almost, or at least measured, then you go often wrong, because our cycles are very different. We have long cycles, not very short cycles. And the same people who tell you, do A, will say the next morning, if it didn't work out, why did you do such a dumb thing? You should have done B. And why should I care about what I said as stupidities yesterday?
One of the other ways you change the research paradigm is that apparently you don't run the commercial analysis of a drug. How big is it going to be? What's the market? How do you sell it? Before you've finished sort of making sure that you have something there, you have a drug there, that the science comes first, then the commerce.
Yes.
How did that change the culture of your research establishment?
Obviously, you have to ask, why did I have that, desire and belief? And of course, it comes from my background as an MD. I've practiced for 7 or 8 years. And so the closeness to the patient and medical practice, and the belief that this is the most beautiful thing we can do, really, to improve the health of people and help to improve it. I think we need to understand epidemiology. We need to understand the severity of the disease. We need to understand what the treatment modalities are, but not to start to look at market penetration.
Because
and
that, if you
pricing.
look at that stuff, you tend not to do certain things.
And it's so far away. Things change, you know. This still lasts 10 to 12 years. And so things change in 10 to 12 years.